I love you. I love you, Taya.
This really isn't the place.
You know something? I don't care. Did you hear what I just said to you? I love you.
I heard what you said. But I'm not sure I know what it means.
Well, for one thing, it means that I can't tolerate watching you put yourself through another day of pain and misery and fear with that man. Do you want to be with him?
Not with Todd.
Okay. Now, don't think about it as walking away from Star. You gotta think about it as setting an example for her. No one should take the indignity, the humiliation that this man has dished out to you since day one. You have a chance to show Star that you won't take that abuse, that no woman should stand for it.
I know you're right.
Then know that you deserve better. And know that I can give it to you because I love you. I love you. And Todd doesn't. And he never will because he can't.
Hello? Just a minute.
Buchanan.
Commish, hey, Fiore here. Sorry if I woke you.
You in Canada?
I couldn't make it out there. They canceled the flight.
Not surprised. Can't say I'm happy either. Look, I don't want to lose that lead.
You're gonna like it even less when I tell you what's going down here. We got a nasty one. Gonna need your hands-on attention.
All right. I'll be right down there. Thanks for calling.
What's happening?
Great.
Now, is she okay?
Oh, yeah. She's fine.
Well, she's not hurt, is she?
I don't know. She's, a little warm. Just like she ought to be.
Well, she didn't get wet from being in your coat like that. You know what? Daddy looked awful funny with you all tucked up in his coat, didn't he?
She's a little damp, but I don't think it's from the snow. I think it's from... Well, I think it is from the snow, not perspiration.
Well, that's a good sign. That's a real good sign, because that means all your systems are go. So all we can do now is get this hot coat off, these pants.
You know, I think they sit around and figure out ways to make it impossible to take these things off.
Here, you get that one? Want me to help you? Got it? Let me get these pants. There we go. Get you comfy and cozy up in bed, okay? Get you some juice, and you'll be all set. Is that all right, beautiful? There you go. You feel better?
You know, I'm going off to bed now.
Oh, Todd. Can I help?
I got it, all right?
Good night, sweetheart.
Come on, sweetheart. Come on, come on.
Her chest is moving. I can see her breathing.
All right. I'm trying for a pulse.
Oh, my God. We can't even get an ambulance or call for a doctor here.
No, we can't. With the phones down and the roads closed, we're just gonna have to wing it.
How? How are we going to help her?
What we don't do is panic. Come on, honey. All right. I got it. Bring me a candle. Her pulse is slow, but it's strong and steady. Okay, bring the candle in a little closer.
Is she responding?
Okay. Her breathing is slow, but it's deep. Her pulse is slow. Her eyes are dilated. It's exactly what I expected. She's been drugged. And the way she went out, she got plenty.
You drugged my mother.
What did you give her?
Nothing she hadn't had before. I offered her a sedative. She was glad to take it.
I don't believe you. Why would my mother take a sedative?
She was all worked up from going upstairs when I begged her not to. I knew what it would do to her, and it did. Everything she saw brought back all the sadness and the guilt she managed to get rid of until you two came along and dragged it out of her again.
Fine. You figured you just drug them away, right?
She needed to get some sleep. I was grateful I could help her, and she was grateful to take it. There is nothing sinister about this.
What is this?
It's an ordinary sedative prescribed for me.
You're going around the house dispensing drugs? You're not a doctor.
If it's safe enough for a little old lady with a weak heart, it's plenty safe for Dorian. Besides, I may not be a doctor, but you seem to forget that Dorian is. She knows about medication. All she wanted was a little bit of relief from the misery you brought down on her, and for what?
All my mother wanted was the truth. That's the only relief she's ever gonna get. And every time we got close to it, you found a way to stop us. Do you know how it feels to have someone get in your way every time you're trying to help someone else?
How dare you ask a question of me like that? What do you think you're doing to me? And a Dorian as well. With all your prying and poking and stirring things up. Let the dead sleep and let Dorian rest.
What kind of rest is she ever gonna get? With this stuff, tormenting and distorting her life. All we want is an explanation. Now, why won't you help us?
Why should I? Have you helped me?
We'll help you. How do you want us to help you?
By being quiet and listening, that's how. Now, you listen to what Dorian wants for once and what she says.
How do you suggest we do that when she's passed out cold?
You let her go on sleeping for as long as she can. Probably be smart. All of us got some sleep. Lord knows we need it. Then when Dorian wakes up, we'll discuss the situation.
Hello? Hi. Blair, it's Kelly. Is Star okay? She's fine. Todd and I just brought her home from the hospital. Thank God. What? Thank God. Wait a minute, Kelly. I can't hear you. I know. It must be the storm. Oh, where are you? I am with Joey. We are on our way to camp. What? Without me? Kelly, you know that was my idea in the first place. Wait, Blair, I assumed that you wanted to be with Star in case she was really sick. You know that I do, but you didn't bother to ask, did you? Oh, yeah, you know what? Dorian's really gonna love the fact that you bring Joey Buchanan, of all people, to the old homestead. What? Joey Buchanan. Oh, there you go. Gone off half-cocked, never caring or thinking about how you affect someone else. You know what, Blair? I just don't think there's any point to argue, considering the fact we can't even hear one another. So I'm gonna say goodbye now. I'm glad that Star's feeling okay. Wait a minute. You know what? I think that being Blair's cousin is the hardest thing I have ever done. She's mad at me now because I'm going to Canton with you and not with her. You know, she's the one that said that we're supposed to be there together. You know, I don't understand. What does she want me to do? Like, call the ER and say to her, you know, Blair, let's go.
She would have been screaming at me and say, you know, Star's sick. I have a sick baby. This is insane. You know, that word is on both of our tongues all the time.
Yeah, whatever, okay? You're on your way to Canton, and Blair's not, and that's that.
She has still managed to make me feel guilty.
That's because she pushed your buttons, Kelly. You want some music?
No. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have a nice, quiet, long drive.
Thought I heard the phone.
Yeah, mine.
What's going on?
Young nurse found beaten and raped.
God, that's awful. Is she hurt badly?
Well, she was unconscious in the hospital parking garage. That's not lousy enough. Turns out that her old man is Congressman Graham.
Graham, as in tough on crime, Congressman Graham?
Right now, he's Graham as in tough on cops. He's taken the roof right off the police station. Fiore called to give me a heads up. Says that he's on his way to my office right now to wait for me.
Well, I know he's not one of your biggest fans, nor are you his.
Honey, don't sugarcoat it. The guy and I can't even stand each other. He didn't want me on this job from the get-go. What's the weather doing?
No, nothing good. It's got major drifts out there, and the snow's still coming down. I know I'm not supposed to ask, but do you have any idea when I'm likely to see you again?
I don't even have a clue. I'll make it as fast as possible, though. You can count on that.
Bo? Are we better?
Yeah. All things considered, yeah, I'd say we're doing better, but don't start tossing rib bones on the table again.
I won't. I swear I won't. I guess if we can get mad when we need to and get it over with instead of bottling everything up until it blows up. If we could just stay in touch and hang on to each other.
I'd say we were doing a pretty good job of hanging on to each other tonight.
Well, I'm not an advocate of using sex as a means to resolve issues, but when it works, it works.
Oh, yeah.
Promise me that we'll keep on trying.
I will if you will.
You got it. Bo? Call me?
Yeah, I'll try. Just stay warm and be careful, okay?
You too. Love you.
Lots of leche, no sugar, right?
Thank you. How do you remember things like that?
Oh, it's not hard to remember things about someone. Look, I'm not going to confuse you any more than you already are by telling you how I feel over and over again, okay?
Is that how I came off? Confused?
Well, I'm going to interpret that way rather than repelled.
Never. Never. I'm flattered. I'm touched. Grateful. And yeah, confused, but not by you. This is not about you. This is about me. And I'm afraid I have to get out of my situation with Todd before I can process any more.
Do you think you can do that this time?
I don't have a choice. One more move by me in Todd's direction would classify as masochism.
No argument here. Everything else aside, no argument.
Problem is that everything else includes Star. And that hurts so much.
But I just have to keep loving her from wherever I am and hope I can see her every now and then, you know?
Which is not impossible. Todd knows that you have a relationship with his daughter. Do you think that he would stand in the way of that relationship?
But Blair sure would. If she gets custody, I am sunk, and doing this may make... You're right. I'm not going to get on that train of thought, or I will lose the conviction that I do have.
And you build on that conviction, all right? And you remember where I am.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're not interrupting.
Hi, Ian.
Andrew, I've alerted the TV, radio, and the newspapers. The center is open as an emergency shelter. What is the next order?
Boy, I never realized how handy a media mogul could be in a crisis.
Yeah, especially when he's your cousin.
Very gracious of you, considering I tried to pirate your husband's newspaper.
Ah, but you didn't quite succeed, did you? Ah, there's Renee. I better give her a hand.
So, would it be inappropriate to ask,
No, it wouldn't be inappropriate to ask. I think it might be inappropriate to answer. Let's just say that Taya's considering making some major changes in her life.
Oh, there are more pounds of coffee and breads and cheeses in the car.
Oh, let me help you, let me help you.
You can find it. It's parked about 4 feet from the curb where the snow piles went through. Do you believe it is snowing and piling up again already?
You know what? I'll go.
I'll help you.
Oh. Did Kelly reach you?
Kelly? No. No, did she call?
Just after you left, and she said she had trouble reaching you.
Why didn't she try my cell phone? That's odd. Oh, well, that's why, because the cell phone is off.
Oh.
What did she say?
She said to call her ASAP.
Thank you. Well, now she's not answering. Where would she go in this weather?
So are we gonna just sit here and hold our breath, or are we gonna get it over with and discuss Ian?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. If you want to hear it.
Oh, I definitely do.
Ian says that he is in love with me, and I believe him.
Okay, well, that's great. What about all this stuff with Blair?
Well, I think that that's Blair's problem, not Ian's.
Well, doesn't it end up yours?
Not if I don't let it.
How can it not, Kelly? She's always all over him, and as far as I can see, he definitely doesn't discourage her.
Ian, trust me, is a gentleman.
Well, there's really no point to that when you're not dealing with a lady.
Look, Ian has got her number. Granted, slowly. But I don't think that he will ever understand how manipulative and rotten she is. But he has made a point that he sees women like Blair all the time, and they're always all over him.
What a bird.
Look, do you want to hear about this, or you just want to make smart remarks all night?
Both. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Look, I trust Ian, okay? That he will be able to handle her, and that he's onto her. And I've just invested in that a lot.
How's it going? What? That was a genuine question. I'll rephrase it. You've already told me about Ian. How are you doing?
Ian treats me wonderful. And my mother. And he has really supported my whole family and this whole search that I have to find out the truth.
Whereas I'm sitting here driving to Ohio in zero visibility because I don't, right?
No. Look, Ian, he understands, okay? He is behind me on this because he identifies it. He understands it. That's what this ring is about. He grew up with awful secrets, and now he's living with the results of it. This used to be his grandmother's. and then his mother's. And look, the point is that he gave this to me because it is a sign that I will be able to get through all of this and find out the truth.
I can identify with that.
Of course you can. I didn't suggest that you couldn't.
Are you lovers? I thought you didn't want to listen to music.
I changed my mind.
Okay.
Look, I really don't enjoy getting the third degree from my ex-boyfriend.
It was a question.
I know, but it's none of your business who I sleep with or who I don't sleep with.
Well, it used to be.
Used to be. Exactly.
So, how are you?
Look, Ian and I are taking that part of our relationship slowly. Sleeping with Ian is the last thing on my mind.
Good.
I mean, that's not what I meant. I think that he's very, very attractive. It's just, this time I want to make sure I do things right.
Kel, will you just relax, you know? You're making such a big deal out of this.
You're the one that's so desperate to find out if I'm sleeping with Ian.
What? I'm desperate? Besides, you just told me you didn't want to.
Hello? People can be in love, but not have sex.
Oh, that is very true. So, are you in love with him?
Todd, I just love to sit there and watch her sleep with all those little stuffed animals all tucked up around her.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to wind up all the ones that make music, you know, and all the tunes played at the same time.
Now that's perverse.
Yeah, naturally.
That's mine. Excuse me. Yes. Hello, Ian.
I apologize for calling so late, but I gather Kelly was trying to get in touch with me. We kept missing each other. I was wondering if you'd heard from her.
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's try this again. Do you actually know where Kelly is?
Yes, I do, but you certainly don't want to know.
And why is that?
Because our little Miss Kelly has gone off to Canton with Joey Buchanan.
No, that can't be true.
Why would I lie about something like that?
Are you being serious? Why on earth would Kelly go off in this awful weather?
I don't know. I think Kelly has it in her mind somehow that Dorian needs her. And when she couldn't reach you instantaneously, she yanked Joey Buchanan's chain and he came scampering to her aid. But listen, don't even bother calling her. They're on the road and there's a very bad connection on her phone.
So you spoke to her?
Yeah, I did, but the phone is messed up.
Well, was she all right?
Oh, sure. You know, it's probably Kelly just manufacturing a crisis. You know, when you weren't there to show up and help her out, well, old habits. You know, they die hard.
Well, thank you very much, Blair. You are helpful as always. Of all the idiotic stunts.
What, darling?
Kelly is in a car on her way to Ohio with Joey Buchanan.
That is not smart. You know, there's a second front coming right from that direction.
Look, this should take care of things for now. If there's anything else, just let me know when I get back.
Whoa, where are you going, pal?
Canton.
What? No, don't compound a foolish decision by doing that, all right? This storm is getting worse by the minute.
I'm aware of that.
Kelly and Joey are already far ahead of you, and you're likely to get snowed in a truck stop, if you're lucky.
Renee's absolutely right. Ian, this is the kind of storm where people get stuck for days.
That is why God invented airplanes, to fly over storms.
No, Ian, no!
That is a really bad idea.
You know, with a little bit more effort, you might have made things sound real bad for Ian.
Well, it wasn't my intention. I was just telling the truth.
Well, nobody tells the truth like you tell the truth, Blair. So I guess Kelly was right. You really are after the Brit.
So what if I am? It's none of your business.
Oh, I don't know. My newspaper somehow became part of that package, so I think that makes it my business. So,
What do you find so interesting about Ian? His height? His accent? His money?
Oh, you know, yes, of all his many attributes, Ian's money is first and foremost, Todd, yes.
Surprise, surprise.
Don't sneer at me. I'm just leveling the playing field in terms of you, me, and Star.
Well, I don't need to go to all that trouble. I mean, look, you just got a freebie unsupervised visit, didn't you?
I'm not interested in visits, supervised or un. I want full custody of Star.
You're not gonna get it. Ian's money or no Ian's money. So you may as well save your effort and spare poor dumb Kelly the aggravation.
I intend to win. I'll get Ian and the finances I need to take you back to court. But by that time, if you keep acting the way that you acted tonight, you will have self-destructed, and I will have all the lovely little grounds that I need.
I appreciate what you're going through, Congressman.
The hell you say? What do you know about it?
I have a stepdaughter about the same age.
Yeah, and is she over there in that hospital like mine? Barbara's lying there with 4 broken ribs and cuts and bruises like she went 10 rounds with a heavyweight.
I know, and it makes me sick.
Yeah, you can stuff your empathy. I want action, Buchanan. I want the full focus of this department on it, and I want to know exactly how you plan to proceed. Never mind, I'll tell you how. Number 1, I want every sex offender in Landview brought in and grilled.
With all due respect, Congressman, if you'll just let us do our jobs. I'm assigning our top personnel to this case.
You mean the same incompetence that you've had working on the Holden case for 3 months?
You'll be happy to hear that we've hit some pay dirt on that case.
Yeah, and what good is that going to do Holden? His kids are dead. My daughter could be, too. Or the next woman this guy kills before you find him. Does every woman in Landview have to live in fear because your people don't know what they're doing? I've said it before, and I've said it publicly. This department stinks.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that. And I'd be happy to argue our record with you, but I don't think now's the time.
Damn straight it isn't. I'm warning you, Commissioner. You find the bastard that attacked my daughter and lock him up within 24 hours. Or I won't just have your job and your badge. I'll destroy this whole outfit so that it'll have to be rebuilt from the ground up. Without you at the top. Which should have been done a long time ago.
I know. You wanted Roger Ellis in this job. Thing is, your guy's not here. I'm here. So if you give me a chance to tell you what I'm going to do, then I can get out there and do it.
I'm listening.
I'm assigning this case to our sex crime unit. I'm putting Detective Fiore here in a supervisory capacity. He'll be reporting directly to me. I will personally go over the reports from the scene, and I will go with Detective Fiore to the hospital to question Barbara when she's able to speak.
She's conscious now.
We'll go now.
Not without me, you won't.
Where you going?
Out of here. Certainly take a turn for the worse.
I don't know. I think it was about on a par for us. It's, still snowing out there, in case you haven't noticed. But you might want to stick around, you know, in case Shorty wakes up.
All right. I'll stay. On one condition. We don't discuss Ian anymore.
That's your condition?
Yep.
Fine with me. Bores me anyway. Tell you what, we can pass the time. You tell me what's going on with Dorian.
Todd, don't.
Look, why not? You know, everybody else knows what's going on.
Like who?
Well, Vicky for one, my useless nephews for another. Mel Hayes is there, Cassie's there. You tell me, why is Kelly in such a hurry to go join the party?
Well, I will tell you exactly what I told Ian just a while ago, that Kelly has undoubtedly created a crisis.
Fine, and the rest of them are there for what, like a family reunion in Ohio in February?
Kelly likes to make herself center stage, and she'll use anybody else's misery to put herself right there.
See, that's what I want to know. I want to know about the misery. It's Dorian's, right? Come on, what?
Just quit grilling me, all right? It's none of your business.
No, it is. My daughter is involved. Why is everybody telling me not to get...
Because it has nothing to do with Star.
That's not what Kelly implied. Now, Dorian's blood is in my daughter, God help Star. Now, I think that entitles me to know what's going on.
No, it doesn't. Please, would you just leave it alone? Her color looks good. And her pulse is normal. She just looks so helpless. Ever since we got here, my mother's looked like a child to me.
She's not a child, Cass. She's a strong woman who's gonna get through this. And I've got a plan to help her. As soon as she wakes up, we'll give old Stoney one more chance to come clean.
Think she will?
Probably not. But each time she tells that story of hers, it gets more and more garbled. That plays right into my hands. As soon as possible, I want you to take Dorian back to Landview, and I'll stay here and go straight to the cops.
Mel, have we got enough? I'm afraid they're gonna think we're a couple of cranks. Stonecliffe has lived here forever, and we're just strangers.
I know. But with those phony death certificates and Charlotte's inconsistencies, that may just interest the authorities in issuing a search warrant.
What are we searching for?
We'll know when we see it. But if we don't find anything in that room upstairs, then we have to consider an exhumation. All the answers we're looking for may be in those graves, Cass.
Mel, what if we stir up more trouble? My mother's gonna go crazy if the police are brought in here and there's a scandal.
Scandal's long overdue.
Is she ever gonna forgive us?
I have to take that risk if I'm gonna get us out of this nightmare. You with me?
Yes, fine. I mean, we've come this far, Miles. We can't turn back.
Good. Might as well take the old battle axe's advice and get some sleep. I'll stand the first watch.
Only for an hour, and then I'll be back.
All right. Here you go.
We can't do it, Mr. Armitage. Flights have been grounded all the way to Chicago.
No. This is an emergency.
Air traffic control won't see it that way. They'll never let us take off.
How are they going to stop us? I'm serious. Once we get off the ground, we'll just fly over the storm into Canton, and then it's a quick, clean instrument landing.
Into a closed airport.
But we will have it all to ourselves. If we call in an emergency, the tower will have no choice but to give us permission for landing. And then we're in.
No, sir.
What does that mean?
It means we have one pass and a clean landing before the wings freeze over. We miss it, we go down. It's too risky.
So no, sir, means that you are refusing to fly this trip.
I'm sorry, but that's right, sir.
Fine. Then leave. The woman I love needs my help. I'll fly this bloody plane myself.
Mr. Armitage,
I said get out.
I think it's getting worse, Joey.
Yeah, well, we could probably get there faster in a horse and buggy.
Oh, wish we had one. Listen, are we still on the road?
As far as I know, I can only see like 3 feet ahead of us. I thought so when we were following that car, but it seems like we lost it. Still, I guess if we just keep on inching along like we are, somehow I doubt that anyone's gonna try and pass us. You scared?
No, I'm fine.
Well, I guess if denial helps you cope, more power to you. So, you never did answer that question before. How do you feel about Ian?
I'm planning on marrying him.
What?
There. Now, there's nothing to be afraid of. You settle right down and rest, my sweet.
The noise!
No, that's just the wind, dear.
Dorian makes noise.
Dorian's asleep.
Oh.
I'd turn the wind off for you if I could. No, you know that, don't you? Here, just a little sip. There you go. That's my good girl. Now, let's put those beautiful hands under the covers where they'll stay nice and warm. Now, the wind can't touch you. No one can.
Dorian!
Dorian can't hurt you. I've never allowed it, and I never will. She won't tell, I promise. She won't be here long. Then your teacher will come back. Yes, yes. And you'll make your music for me.
Yeah.
And I'll take care of you. Just like always. Don't you worry.
No one's gonna hurt you, sweetheart. I promise you that. That's a promise I intend to keep.